Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a Dollar Tree tray. I've seen these in quite a few different places here on YouTube, where some of the channels that I watch have painted these, I guess, gold trays and made them look like Hobby Lobby dupes. So I decided to do one for my bathroom on the back of my toilet, and I think it turned out pretty good. So you see here I have a sponge paintbrush, and it has a little bit of yellow paint still on it, but I'm using a cream color, so I didn't mind it too much. And I am using chalk paint to paint this tray. The coverage, you probably want to paint it maybe 2 to 3 times to get full coverage. I missed a couple of spots and had to go back at the end of painting the tray, and you'll see here in a little bit where I missed some on the side and had to go back. And I do take the hairdryer in between and dry it just a little bit so that it dries quicker and I'm able to finish the project just a little bit faster. The chalk paint's really good about allowing you to use heat to dry it quickly, but once you let it cure for a couple of hours or even overnight, the chalk paint does stick really well to these trays. I haven't had any chips or anything like that, any scratches on it since I've done mine. I do take the cream colored paint and go back over it. You can see kind of over to the left of the tray where there's some spots missed, but that'll be fixed in just a few minutes when you see me go back over it at the end. Part of the tray, there's some of that yellow paint that I was talking about seeping through. It gets covered up really easily with that same colored paint. Once it dries, you just get a different brush and go back over it, and that's what I did here. I grabbed another one of my sponge paint brushes and got a little bit more paint and just went over those spots. figured out that I had missed a whole section of the tray and had to go back and repaint it and then dry it quickly. So this jar, I don't remember what it says, but this is the first time I've seen anything like this at Dollar Tree, and I've looked for pieces like this, seeing them in other videos, and I wanted to do my own spin on the mason jar. So I did try the hair dryer to try to peel up the stuff that was on the front of it. I don't have a heat gun, and it really didn't work too well, so I decided just to peel off the stuff off the back to make it flat, and then I flipped it over and used the hair dryer to take the stickers off of the back. Once I got the stickers off of the back, I took out my Waverly Chalk Paint, in black, and I just mixed that with a little bit of the white chalk paint that I had and made this really pretty gray. You'll see it here in just a second. And then once I painted the gray all over, I went back and dry brushed it with a little bit of that white paint just to make it look aged just a bit. Once I had the look that I wanted with the gray paint, I took some of the jute that I got at Dollar Tree and decided to wrap it around the top of the mason jar blank that I had, and then I just tied it in the front. It's a little hard to see here. I have a hard time staying in frame sometimes. So I tied that in the front, and then I decided I was going to add some greenery to it and maybe a bow or something. So I decided that it was okay if the knot was in the front, and then to secure the back to keep it from moving around because I don't tie them really tight. I took a scrap piece of popsicle stick and just glued that to the back to secure it. When it comes to the greenery, I was not 100% sure what I wanted to do. I have a really hard time with greenery, especially the ones that I pick out. I don't ever know how to put them on a project until I play with them a little bit. And some of the pieces that I do cut really small or cut them really short, I don't ever throw those pieces away because I always end up using them on something else. So here you'll see that I made a little design with the greenery, and I actually ended up not liking it, so then I went back and I just tore those pieces off and then put something totally different than what I started with on there. I was really sad that this design did not turn out how I wanted it to, because I made the cutest little tiny bow. It was the first one I've ever made like that actually turned out decent with the jute. So I was really sad that that didn't work. Here I'm just taking a piece of jute and wrapping it around my fingers to make a small tassel to go over the greenery that I have here. It's mainly to cover up some of the glue, but I also like the look of little tassels. A couple of days ago I added some tassels to the shower curtain in my bathroom with little pieces of greenery, and I absolutely love it. So I did take and add a little piece of tassel to that. You'll see here in a second that I'm going to make a bow as well, with multiple loops, and once I put that bow over the top of the tassel, it looks really pretty. So yeah, I highly suggest making your own tassels to put on things, especially with the jute. I just like the rustic look of it and the natural look, especially with greenery. I think it's really pretty. And I don't know about you guys, but I've recently discovered the rub-on letters and flowers at Dollar Tree, and I made a garland tag for my first video, and I added Femme Forever to it. And since I work with those, I have fell in love with these. I can't wait to go back when they restock and hopefully find some more in different designs. These are really pretty, and I do enjoy adding them to a lot of the projects that I do. They're really simple, and this one, it dressed this mason jar up so pretty. I did take 2 pieces of what almost looks like ivy, and I added it to the 2 ends, the 2 corners on the bottom, and they're rounded perfectly to the mason jar. And here I'm looking back at the pieces that I have on the rub-on letters to see what else I could add to it. And there's this really cute heart, just one single heart up at the top, and I thought it looked really pretty. And so I decided to add that to the center of the middle of the mason jar. Once I completed the mason jar, I went back to the tray and just wanted to see how it was going to look, and it just looked too clean and too perfect. So I decided to take a piece of felt that I use on some of the projects on the back to cover up wooden pieces or sharp edges, or just to hold the glue to secure it. I took a piece of that and dipped it into the same color that I was using for the mason jar, and just kind of I guess distress the edges a little bit with it. Some places were darker, some were lighter. I was hoping that the felt would also take off a little bit of the paint as well, but it didn't, which I'm okay with that because it turned out really pretty. Right here you'll just see me playing with some pieces of greenery, just trying to find different things to add to the tray to dress it up just a little bit, so then it won't be so plain sitting on the back of the toilet. This is the finished product. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.